Who are the top Premier League players of all time? It's an age-old question that has been going through the decades, and fans all over the world will always have that debate. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. And today, for this video, I want to just touch on something that I saw on AFTV's Bias Premier League show. And the reason why I say that is because it kind of piqued my interest about the list of the 100 greatest Premier League players of all time. So I did a little research on my own, and I realized that the source that White Yardie from AFTV has got from is from a 442.com article, which is I think was back in March or something like that. So I thought I just did my own research and try and get as more recent a list as possible. And the most recent I got from here is from Sports Illustrated, dated October 6th, which is like probably 9 days ago. For the 50, instead of 100, is the top 50 Premier League players of all time. Now, I'm assuming in this one here, well, actually, I'm not assuming, based on this article, is the Premier League era. Started in 1992, all the way to the current, all the way to the current season. So I'm just going to go through really quickly about according to them, what is the top 50, starting from number 50 to number 1. So let's get started. At number 50, Liverpool fullback, still playing to this day, Andrew Robertson. Quite a good start. I mean, there's a lot of other left backs that are just as good, if not better than Andy Robertson. I'm not going to lie. But a good start with a Liverpool player to start off the top 50 list. At number 49, ooh, his right back equal, not Conor Bradley, but Trent Alexander-Arnold at number 49. Number 48, a Man United goalkeeping legend from Holland, Edwin van der Sar, possibly one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time. Well, at least when I grew up watching him, not just at Man United, but at Juventus, at Parma. Fulham bought him from Juventus, if I'm not mistaken, before going to Man United. Number 47, the ace of Leicester, Jamie Vardy. Who could forget his contributions to the title-winning season for Leicester? I believe he was the Golden Boot winner in that season. Scored 11 games in a row. Wonderful striker, legendary striker. Number 46, Arsenal fans are gonna like this. Robert Pires. I think he was, and yes, he is part of the Invincibles, Arsenal Invincibles. Very key player in that team. Number 45, his teammate, Sol Campbell. Tottenham fans are not gonna like this, but Arsenal fans will. Also part of the Invincibles team. Number 44. Oh boy, I'm not sure why this guy is so low on the list, but it's Sadio Mane. I'm a little disappointed in this one. I think Sadio Mane deserves to be a lot higher than number 44, especially when you think of the time that he spent at Liverpool. He was actually quite proficient in Southampton before coming to Liverpool, and in Liverpool he won. I think he won the whole set, except for the Community Shield, of course. But he won the whole set of trophies that you could win with an English club. So I think this is not right. Anyway, number 43, another Arsenal Invincible, Cesc Fabregas. I'm not sure how Arsenal fans are going to feel about this because he did go to Chelsea after going to Barcelona, but he is at number 43 in this list. Number 42, a Man United legend, one club servant, I think you get the idea what it means by to be a one club legend. He's now a pundit at Sky Sports, the leading pundit. He has a podcast, the one and only Gary Neville. Number 41, his teammate from Holland, Ruud van Nistelrooy, one of the most prolific strikers in the Premier League era. He's at number 41. And here's another Man United player at number 40, one of Van Nistelrooy's teammates as well, a treble winner, part of the original trebles, Andy Cole, one of the most prolific strikers in the early renditions of the Premier League. Here's a striker that I watched when he was at Newcastle and when he was at Man United. And as a Liverpool fan, I wish he was part of the Liverpool squad. Speaking of Liverpool, and this is kind of another controversial positioning. At number 39, the man, the myth, the legend that Liverpool fans call God, Robert Fowler. Okay, Robbie Fowler. Robbie Fowler, he's at number 39. That's a little disappointing because, he's one of the most natural finishers in Premier League history, certainly in Liverpool history, and I think he should be higher than that. So it's kind of disappointing that he's at number 39. And number 38, and a Man United centre-back who won the Champions League and Premier League double, Nemanja Vidic. I think he's one of the most I think he's one of the best bargain buys for any club. From what I understand, he joined Man United in January for $7.5 million at the time. I think it's quite a bargain buy alongside Rio Ferdinand. I think they form a very good defensive partnership. So that was number 38, Nemanja Vidic. And number 37, oh, here's another controversial one. Alisson Becker. Hold on a minute. Alisson Becker, Liverpool's best Premier League goalkeeper, above Pepe Reina, and he's at number 37. That's disappointing. That's not right. I mean, even if you're not a Liverpool fan, you look at Alisson Becker at number 37 and you go, hold on, that's too low. Especially when you look at the next player above him, number 36, Gareth Bale. Says it all, doesn't it? Yeah, he's a Champions League winner, but not with Tottenham, but with Real Madrid. And then number 35, number 35, Robin van Persie. Arsenal fans, Man United fans, what do you think of this pick? And number 35, that's all I got to say about that. And number 34, now here's a Man City, I think the first Man City pick, and he's quite a dependable and a very important member of the Man City squad, especially during the Sheikh Mansour era. Yaya Toure, I think it was one of the very, very important pieces in Man City history, for sure. And number 33. Now this one, I'm on the fence of this one, because at number 33 is Luis Suarez. Now, him at number 33, I'm not as upset as I would with Alisson Becker and Sadio Mane. I think the reason is because he only spent 3 years in the Premier League. But the 3 years that he spent in the Premier League, he really made an impact. So I think number 33, I mean, I'm not going to be upset about it. Do I think he could be further up? Maybe just a tad, but I think that's a good position for him. And number 32, now here's a Chelsea legend, Chelsea's first entrance into this list, and a legend in his own right, Gianfranco Zola. Oh yes, one of the more popular Italians in English football history, and really a very prominent figure for Chelsea, if you will. Number 31, an Arsenal legend. He's not part of the Invincibles, but he's really one of England's best central defenders, Tony Adams. I think Arsenal fans will know who he is. I don't have to say much. And number 30, another Chelsea striker, and another prolific finisher. And here's the guy that guided Chelsea to their first Champions League, the one and only Didier Drogba. What a finisher! What a monster! Even looking at him from a Liverpool perspective, every time we face Chelsea, there's only one guy I'm more scared of, and that's Didier Drogba. Number 29, a Man City legend. In fact, he is the Captain Fantastic, if you will, for Manchester City, the one and only Vincent Kompany. I think says it all, doesn't it? Part of the Centurions, if you will, right? Number 28. This one is a good shout. He won the Premier League with Leicester, and he won the Premier League the next season with Chelsea. He also won the Champions League with Chelsea. N'Golo Kante, one of the best French midfielders in today's football. And number 27, a left back, another Arsenal invincible, Ashley Cole. I say invincible because that's the Ashley Cole that I remember before he left for Chelsea, but he did win the Champions League with Chelsea. He won the Premier League. I think he won the whole set with Chelsea, if you will. But in terms of the Mount Rushmore, the Invincibles, Ashley Cole is part of it as well. So, Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, you decide which Ashley Cole is better, Chelsea's one or Arsenal's one. You decide. Number 26, one of the premier goalkeepers, part of the United trebles, the one and only Peter Schmeichel. I think he's to round up the first half of this list. I think it's a very, very interesting pick, a very fitting pick that a goalkeeper will be will be wrapping up the first half of this countdown list. Speaking of Manchester United, let's start off the second half with Peter Schmeichel's teammate, one of the greatest centre backs of all time. And for Man United fans, I think they're going to be really, really angry about this, because the guy on this list at number 25, the Mount Rushmore of centre backs, he's in the Mount Rushmore of centre backs, Rio Ferdinand. And to be honest, even I, as a Liverpool fan, look at him and go, nah, 25 is too low for him. Seriously, 25 is too low for Rio Ferdinand. He should be higher. The Mount Rushmore of centre backs. Think about that. Number 24, he just joined the Premier League not too long ago. In his first season, he won the treble. The Norwegian sniper, the Norwegian dead man. Not dead man, but the deadly assassin, Erling Haaland. That's a high shout, for somebody who just joined the league not too long ago. So, but Erling Haaland is at number 24. And number 23, his teammate, a Ballon d'Or winner in his own right, and a treble winner for Man City as well, the one and only Rodri. I think 23 is a fair position for Rodri. He's coming up in his own right, and he's the current Ballon. No, he's not the current Ballon d'Or, but he did win a Ballon d'Or. When was the last time an English Premier League player won a Ballon d'Or before Rodri? That's a tough call. I think probably it's Cristiano Ronaldo for Man United. And number 22, another goalkeeping great. He played for Chelsea. He played for Arsenal, but people will know him for his his contributions for Chelsea, especially for Jose Mourinho. And number 22, Chelsea goalkeeper and goalkeeping legend, Petr Cech. I think he's one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time in the Premier League history as well. One could make a shout that he could be in the Mount Rushmore. Who knows? Number 21, another Chelsea player. This time he's a winger. And during this time, he's probably the more remembered in his time in Chelsea than Real Madrid. He's a Belgian wizard, if you will. Eden Hazard. I think there's no question. I think Eden Hazard should be on this list. 21, I think, is a very, very good position for him in this good ranking position for him in this list. Thanks for staying with me so far. We're going to the top 20 now, and to start it off, Manchester United legend, the king of crosses, the king of free kicks. He captained his team, his national team, single-handedly, if you will, brought him to the 2002 World Cup finals. There's only one, David Beckham. He's at number 20, part of the treble-winning season as well. And of course, he married a Spice Girl. Kind of had to put it in there. But David Beckham kicks off the top 20 list at number 20. And number 19, a stalwart for Manchester City, especially during their Centurions era. He came from Valencia, as far as I know, and he's won numerous league titles, numerous individual accolades as well. David Silva is the number 19. Number 18, oh boy, we've not had a Liverpool player for a while. And remember when I said Rio Ferdinand was too low at 25? This guy is too low. The position number 18 is too low for this guy. And he's our captain. Virgil van Dijk at number 18. Hey, He's in the Mount Rushmore of centre backs as well, okay? To put him at number 18, I think it's worse than putting Rio Ferdinand at number 25, okay? Both of them should be at least in the top 15. And that's coming from a Liverpool fan defending Rio Ferdinand and, of course, defending our captain Virgil van Dijk. Man, this list is a little wonky, if you ask me. And number 17, Arsenal fans, AFTV fans, they're not going to like this. Number 17, the captain of the Invincibles, Patrick Vieira. How is he not even in the top 15? One of the best defensive midfielders. I think, in my opinion, if you talk about the Arsenal Invincibles season, and if he's the captain, he should be in the Mount Rushmore number 6, defensive midfielders, if you will. And he's at number 17? Even I'm saying this, like, what's this? Anyway, at number 16, his invincible teammate and one of the more underrated attacking midfielders / strikers, and because he's so quiet. But I think 16 is a good position for this person. Dennis Bergkamp, the Dutch Iceman, if you will. Arsenal really pulled off a coup signing Dennis Bergkamp for a number of years, and he has won like doubles, and of course he's part of the Arsenal Invincibles. I think, Dennis Bergkamp, number 16. Okay, I'll give it that. I'll give it that for sure. Number 15. I think if I say Martin Tyler and his best commentary line, it's only because of this guy at number 15. One word. I'm not gonna scream it out loud, but I think you get the idea. Aguero! Sergio Aguero at number 15. Oh man, part of the greatest moment in Premier League history, scoring that last-minute winner to win the Premier League title for Man City on goal difference, and also part of the Centurions team as well. Yeah, even the website says Aguero. So, number 15, Sergio Aguero. Yeah, had to be there. Number 14, Liverpool's Captain Fantastic. Won every trophy except the Premier League trophy, and during an era of Liverpool's ups and downs, he's been there. Who else can I be talking about other than Stevie G himself, Steven Gerrard at number 14? Do I think it's a fair position for him to be at number 14? Yeah, I think so. I think it's because he didn't win the Premier League. He won. Not only has he won every single other trophy other than the Premier League, he scored in the finals of all those tournaments. Champions League final, the Miracle of Istanbul, the Europa League final back then was the UEFA Cup final. In that treble, not the treble, but cup treble season, FA Cup 2006, his last minute wonder strike. I remember screaming out "Go!" and of course the League Cup final. It was the League Cup final. I think he scored against Man United. So he's won all the trophies except the Premier League. So I think for him, number 14, I think it's a fair position. Number 13, probably the longest serving Premier League player from Manchester United, and he has won it all, maybe twice over, 3 times over. No, I think twice over because of the Champions League. Ryan Giggs. You can't have the Premier League without mentioning Ryan Giggs, and I think he's already a Hall of Famer. If not, he's definitely going to be in a Hall of Fame, Premier League Hall of Fame someday. So he's a winner, no question about it. Number 12, and his teammate also won it all twice over, part of the treble-winning season. Paul Scholes. I think he's one of the midfield assassins with some of the other great midfielders. I think number 12, Paul Scholes, I think it's a fair position. I think within that, like 11 to 15, I think, Paul Scholes should. I think 12 is a good position for him. Not really happy that he's above Gerrard, but in that 11 to 15 group, he deserves to be there. Number 11, speaking of Mount Rushmore of centre backs, this is one of them as well. Also won the entire set. Chelsea legend with the one and only John Terry. Now, John Terry at number 11. No, I think this is a good position. I think it's a fair position for him. I just feel that it's not right that Ferdinand and Van Dijk are 25 and 18 respectively, and John Terry's at number 11. I mean, these three centre backs are in a Mount Rushmore of centre backs because they've won the whole lot, and for only one of them to be in like 11 to 15 or 11 to 20, while the rest, no, sorry, Van Dijk's at number 18, sorry, but Ferdinand is way too low in this rankings. Van Dijk should be a bit higher as well. So while I agree, while I'm okay with John Terry at 11, I just feel bad for the other two because these three generational centre backs. That's all I can say. All right, if you're here, if you have stayed with me for this far along, let's wrap this up, man. Let's go to the top 10, and we're starting off at number 10 with one of the most flamboyant Frenchmen, the most charismatic Frenchman, if you will, from Manchester United, Eric Cantona. I think the name says it all, doesn't it? You know, Zlatan Ibrahimovic has at Man United. He wants to claim that he's the best. Nah, he's not gonna get it. Eric Cantona has it better than him. That's all I can say. At number 9, oh, here's one. One of the greatest strikers, and he played for Tottenham Hotspur. Oh, this is interesting. Tottenham has a top 10 player in this list. Who else? England captain Harry Kane. He just won the Bundesliga with Bayern Munich, so good for him. But at his time in Tottenham Hotspur, I think it's safe to say he's one of the best, most prolific strikers. All-time goals, I think he's like either second or third in the all-time goal scoring list in the Premier League. So, and he's had a Champions League final appearance with Tottenham. Their only Champions League final appearance as of now. Harry Kane at number 9. Good shout. Number 8, the central midfield Mount Rushmore. I keep saying Mount Rushmore, but you get my point. The never-ending debate of Steven Gerrard, Paul Scholes, and Frank Lampard. And guess where Frank Lampard is? At number 8. Yeah, I think it's a fair shout. He's won a whole lot alongside Paul Scholes, and he's been a professional from start to finish. I've always, every time Liverpool face Chelsea, I'm always scared of this guy, amongst others. Frank Lampard always knows how to spoil the party for Liverpool. That's all I can say. But so for him to be at number 8, I think is a congratulations to him. We're going to number 7. Patrick Vieira's nemesis at number 7. Manchester United, tough guy, if you will. The big dog, if you will. Roy Keane. You cannot describe Manchester United's toughness back in the day without mentioning Roy Keane. And he has been a great stalwart, a great steward, if you will. I think the right word is steward. Is a great steward for Manchester United. The way he and Sir Alex Ferguson parted ways and he left Man United, I think left a bitter taste in his mouth, and he still talks about it to this day. But you cannot disregard his contributions to Manchester United's success in the 90s and the mid 2000s. And number 6, who's running down the wing for Liverpool? Mo Salah, Mo Salah, Mo Salah running down the wing. Yep. Liverpool's Egyptian king, Mohamed Salah, is at number 6. Says it all, doesn't it? The comparison that he has with Thierry Henry, one on the left wing, one on the right wing, but he's won a lot as well, for Liverpool. So, I think he has 3 or 4 golden boots, 3 or 4 Premier League players of the year. He's won a lot, so what more can I say? So Mohamed Salah, number 6, in a 33-year Premier League legacy, for him to be at number 6, I think it's fair. I'm okay with that. Now to the top 5. Oh man, it's about time we heard from a Man City player, especially perhaps the greatest Manchester City player in this decade, the one and only KDB, Kevin De Bruyne. You cannot say Man City's attack, Man City's talisman, without having the first name being Kevin De Bruyne. He is without question Man City's talisman in this past decade. Man City would not have the Centurions, the treble, or even the 4 in a row without this guy. In fact, the season where Kevin De Bruyne, I think, suffered a major injury. I think that was the season where Liverpool won the league. I could be wrong, but when Liverpool dominated the league in 2019-2020, the speed. I call them the speed runners because we were the fastest team to win the league. I think that was the season where Kevin De Bruyne was injured. But ever since he came back, 4 in a row, trebles, without question, Man City's talisman. Kevin De Bruyne, number 5. And number 4, the only Newcastle selection in this whole list. But what a player, what a legend. The greatest goal scorer in Premier League history. Put your hand up and wave to Alan Shearer. Need I say more? Premier League winner with Blackburn Rovers, and he spent the rest of his career at Newcastle scoring. I think he scored 260 league goals for Newcastle, a record that is still not broken even to this day. And I'm not sure if it will ever be broken in my generation, at least. So I think Alan Shearer, number 4, yeah, what a legend. And number 3, someone who came close to breaking his record, but I think he would rather have trophies. And he's one of England's greatest, most prolific strikers from Manchester United, Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney at number 3. So I think injuries plagued the latter part of his career. I think he could have been even greater, for Manchester United. So I think number 3 for Wayne Rooney. Yeah, I think he's in the top 5. So I think it's a fair representation. Number 2, the GOAT debate has always been between Lionel Messi and this guy. There's only one, CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo. Now this one at number 2. I think it's because not only has he won a lot, but he's also the Ballon d'Or winner, and he did all that in his first spell with Man United. This in the 7 years, I think it was 7 years that he spent with Man United. He's won a whole lot. He's won 3 Premier Leagues in a row. He was a Ballon d'Or winner. He's one of the greatest players of all time. Some people call him the GOAT. Some the Michael Jordan and LeBron James debate. In the soccer vernacular, in the football vernacular, it's Messi versus Ronaldo, and it's not hard to see why. But if he's a number 2, then there's only room for a number 1. And even I have the utmost respect for this upcoming player, and he deserves this spot at number 1. The greatest Premier League player of all time. Arsenal fans are gonna stick to it. I understand why. Still the greatest, still the king of the Premier League. At number 1 from Arsenal, the one and only Thierry Henry. What more can you say about Thierry Henry? Part of the Invincibles team, winning doubles, but it's the flair. I think the player with the most flair in the Premier League is without question Thierry Henry. He's probably the most consistent player as well, running on the left wing, scoring goals with such poise and elegance. That's what Thierry Henry brings to the game of the Premier League. Just the poise, the flair, the elegance, and the way he scores the goals, the way he dribbles the ball, the way he can pass and assist to his teammates. Arsenal's invincible season, you could say that he is the talisman. I know Patrick Vieira was the captain, but Thierry Henry was without question the ace of the Invincibles. So at number one, I think, yeah, it's hard to debate. Number one is Thierry Henry at number one. As a Liverpool fan, I have the utmost respect for Thierry Henry, one of the first two Hall of Famers in the Premier League history. Yeah, he is the Premier League GOAT. For Mohamed Salah to and I've said this in a previous video, if Mohamed Salah wants to edge Thierry Henry, he has to be the ace that he has to be the reason that Liverpool wins the league this season or even retains the league this season. And right now, it doesn't look like it. I think Salah is not focused on that, and because of that, I think, and I said this before, that he and Henry are at this moment equal. So I still stand by that. But as far as the Sports Illustrated ranking him as number one, I have no issues whatsoever. I'm okay with that. So that's your list. That's the list according to Sports Illustrated, ranking the top 50 Premier League players of all time. But if you could rearrange this list, I like to know. I like to see your comments on this video. How would you rank? I don't expect you to rank the whole top 50 players of all time, but how about giving me your top 10? Leave your comments in your comment section. Who do you think the top 10 Premier League players are in the history of the Premier League? Leave your top 10 in the comment section. I'm okay with this list. I have no issues with this list whatsoever, but who do you think should be the top 10? Let me know in the comment section. And as always, like, comment, share, subscribe. The Sports Illustrated list, the greatest of all time, Thierry Henry. But who do you think should be number one if it's not him? Who do you think should be in the top 10? If you think these top 10 is, if you don't agree with this top 10, and I'll see you after the Liverpool Man United match this Sunday at Anfield. I will make plans to be not at Anfield, obviously, because I'm in Singapore, but I'll make plans to watch the match live, and I'll give you my feedback the following day. So thanks so much. Once again, like, comment, share, subscribe. Who do you think the top 10 Premier League players are in the Premier League era? Leave it in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.